What's up? I am so excited to come live today with my client, Helen. We are thrilled to have you. Thanks for joining us, Helen.
Yes, thank you so much, Heather. Looking forward to talking with you today.
Absolutely. So Helen is a registered nurse. She's also a yoga instructor. I believe you have a personal trainer. Or you've done some personal training in the past, fitness.
I've done health and wellness coaching. Yep.
Very good. Awesome. I love it. So really excited to be able to share her story with you today. So Helen, we'd love to hear more about you. Can you give us an introduction and tell us about your background?
Sure. So I've been a nurse since 2008 and kind of worked in a rural hospital. So did it all. And then I worked at Indian Health Service for a few years. And most recently, for the past about 8 years, have been doing workers' compensation as a case manager. And I love case management because it really ties into my coaching and my personal business. So I also teach yoga and paddleboard yoga. So if you're ever in Central South Dakota in the summer, I love the river and love being on my paddleboard. So join me for that exclusive class. Also, I've done health and wellness coaching I can date it back to my high school years when I'm just a natural leader. I'm a natural motivator, and people just would reach out to me and be like, hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? I'm like, of course I can. So just always been naturally innate to helping people, and have just been so thankful that I've been able to do that for several years. And then working with you over the past 4 months, just like make it explode and just make it so I can create systems to help even more people.
Amazing. I love it. Yeah, you're definitely a natural born coach and mentor. So cool that you've had so many people reach out to you for help, and like all the lives that you've changed is just tremendous. So awesome. So I'd love to hear, back when we very first started working together, I'd love to hear kind of where you were at and where you wanted to go.
Sure. So, like I said, I'd been coaching people for a long time. My husband was like, you need to become a consultant because, when you're a nurse, your friends reach out for you for everything. And like, I love that. That's great. And then, oh, can you help me with this and this and this? And I wanted to help everyone. So I've been coaching, as a side hustle for pretty consistently for about the past 5 years. But just something wasn't clicking. I wasn't able to help the amount of people that I wanted at the level that I wanted, at the rate where I didn't feel burned out. And so I was just not really clear on what I wanted. I didn't have a lot of belief in myself that I could do what I wanted to do. And there were times where I'm like, I'm working the business. What does that mean? So I needed some clarity for sure.
I love it. Yeah. So cool to see how you've grown so much in your clarity, your belief in the systems, everything. It's just been so cool to watch you. Cool. So I'd love to hear what you accomplished during our time together.
Sure. So I was apprehensive at first because it's hard to invest in yourself, right? But it's so meaningful. All the times in my life where I have invested in myself, whether it's a health coach, a dietitian, a business coach, a life coach, like I have soared to amazing places. And so first caveat is just invest in yourself. And that's so important. So I have created a specific program, a life coaching program for my clients. I have streamlined my systems, and I know what I'm doing. You have offered me clarity and vision and the tools to get there. So, obviously you're not like, Helen, this is what you need to do, but you have provided the systems and the questions, the hard questions for me to say, okay, this is where I want to go. And I've just really gotten crystal clear. I have 4 times my client base. Within 2 months of working with you, Heather, I made more in my coaching business than I did in my nursing business, that hasn't happened in 5 years, even though I've put in way more hours. Like probably for 5-6 years, I probably made 10 cents an hour coaching people. I did it because I loved it, but it was mentally and physically draining. So those are just like tip of the iceberg things that have happened since we've started working together.
Amazing. Yeah, I love that you've been able to scale and grow so much. You've been able to, take back your time, work with better systems to be able to help people in a better way, and just being able to use all of your talents That's incredible. And so amazing how you've been able to grow your client base so quickly and be able to increase your income so much and surpass nursing. That's just, it's phenomenal. Like we can obviously see like how talented you are and the incredible work that you're doing with your clients. So I love it. Very good. I would love to hear kind of how you feel now compared to before we started working together.
Yeah. So after 4 months, I'm super clear. I'm organized. I have systems in place. I know what the next step is. I know what the current step is. And yes, there's more on my plate than there's ever been, but I'm able to manage it better because, and Heather, you even challenge us to do some deep work, which is what I really dig in with my clients. I started doing a gratitude journal. I became really consistent in personal development, which you don't think like, oh, I don't need to read the book. I'm going. But that's where some of my motivation or most of my motivation and inspiration comes from. So always filling myself up, taking the time to slow down so that I can get those ideas flowing and, just kind of move forward. So I feel really focused. Whereas before I'd like sit down to work and I'm going to work on my coaching biz, but then I'd get distracted. Then I'd be scrolling Facebook. And so I'm just so much more focused. Like I know what needs to get done. I know the time frame I need to do it in. I know how many people I need to have conversations with to be able to build my business in the ways that I want to. And one of the other most important things is I freaking believe in myself. I always thought I did, but now it's like, you can do this. And the thought that I have literally everything inside of me to make my dreams and my goals happen. Because that's huge. If you don't believe, I know it sounds so like cliche, but it's like, if you legit don't think you're going to have, 4x your clients, it's not going to happen. So that belief is like huge.
Yeah, absolutely huge for sure. So I love that you've grown so much in your focus and your belief. That's incredible. I love it. Cool. So we'd love to hear about your program and also what you're most proud of yourself for.
Yeah. So over the past 4 months, I'm just so proud of the commitment, the decision that I made to commit, because that's the first step, right? Number one, you have to decide, which is hard because people like spend so much time teeter-tottering on should I not? Is this good? Is it not? So making that decision to commit and then fully committing, like I am all in, this is going to happen, and being consistent, right? Yeah. So I was never one that's like, I don't want to have to like putting boundaries on myself. Like I talk to clients all the time. They're like, I'm like, okay, so when do you plan to do this? And they're like, well, I think I'll get it done between Monday and Tuesday. I'm like, like what time, what day? Yes. So having that consistency, which is uncomfortable, right? And I always say that good coaches like you, like me, like they're going to make you feel uncomfortable because like if you're just doing what you're doing right now, you're pretty cozy, nothing's going to change. But if you're being pushed a little bit in an authentic way, you're going to have huge change. And so I'm like, if your coach doesn't make you uncomfortable or sometimes make you cry, not in a bad way, like you got to get yourself a new coach. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm most proud of. So I have developed a 4-month coaching program. It's one-on-one coaching. I've, like I said, done coaching for a long time, especially health and wellness, nutrition, cut the sugar, lots of challenges in the past. And while group coaching has been amazing and my clients have gotten amazing success, I just want to help people on such a deeper level. So I do one-on-one coaching. It's a 4-month program. It's called Take Back Control of Your Life, right? Like whether you feel lost or you just feel like you're on a hamster wheel every day, or you're just don't really have a purpose to get up in the morning. Maybe you're lacking focus. Maybe you can't make a decision to save yourself or commit to anything or stick to anything. That's what I help women with. And specifically, we work on gratitude, mindfulness, and confidence. And honestly, once you get those, like you can do whatever the hell you want. You can achieve any dream that you want, any goal that you want. So I really help women get crystal clear on what it is that they want. And then I work with them. It's not a cookie cutter thing. I work with each client A. Phone calls and conversations and recommendations are way different than client C. So it's very much based on your circumstances, your goals, and we just pick through them and help you climb to the top.
Amazing. Yeah, phenomenal. Like you're such a talented coach. I love that it's so customized to each individual client and just the things that you're working on with them. It's just so cool. Like you're changing so many lives and I'm just so proud of you. And yeah, congratulations on your success. I love that you're just growing so much from month to month and learning and working on yourself. And it's just so cool to see your transformation over such a short amount of time and just the level that you've grown to so far. And you just continue to grow and grow more and more. So yeah, you just impress me all the time. So I'm really grateful that we were able to be on this journey together and we're still working together, which I love. We're
Yes.
still, working together, which is incredible. So I'd love to hear, what you love most about online coaching, and then also where can people find you?
Sure. So what I love most about online coaching is that I can reach people on a whole new level, right? Like my ideal clients are out there. I am out here for them and they can connect with me without having to drive somewhere or go somewhere or, it's just, the internet is an amazing tool. So I can just connect with so many more people and share my stories, whether or not they comment or like or ever reach out to me. There are people that after 5 years, they're like, you inspire me every day. I'm like, whoa, you saw my stuff. Like you've never commented ever. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. I'm putting it out there for the universe. And I want people to see it. I want people to connect with it. I want people to just genuinely believe that they have the ability to live their best life and that they're worth it. So that's what I love. I also love that it creates this entrepreneurship for me. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. It's, very, very much for the driven, but it creates so many freedoms in my time. I can make my schedule. Yes, there are nights that I'm up working multiple hours, but that, like, I freaking love it. Like,
Yeah.
there's not very many jobs, especially when you're working for someone else. And not that that's bad, but you're like, I'm not going to come in after hours. What are you talking about?
Right.
So the messaging there is find something you're passionate about, whether it's working for yourself, working for someone else. But if you're not happy in your work, that's where you spend your most time. So let's work on that. So I am on social media platforms, on Facebook, Helen Eimers. I'm also on Instagram. You can also join my free group. It's called Be Better Than You Were Yesterday. I'll post a link to that in the comments after we're done doing this live. And I also have a website, www.heleneimers.com. And you can find me there. You can message me. With all of my clients, I do a free connection call, right? There's no strings attached. Let's just see, where are you at and where do you want to go? And I can share whether I can help you, whether I'm like, hey, maybe Heather's the one that should help you, or another coach that I know, because I'm not always well equipped to help you with your specific needs, but hopefully I can provide that recommendation for you. So I'm happy to hop on a connection call with anyone just to see where you're at. So message me and we can definitely do that soon.
I love it. Yeah, amazing. Well, I'm so excited for you, and it's just so fun to watch you grow. So thank you so much for being here today. I just love this work that you're doing. It's so special what we get to do as entrepreneurs and really living our passions and having so much freedom. So I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for being here, Helen.
Thanks, Heather. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, take care.